when people tend to find comfort, they then tend to settle into that comfortable space. So my goal is to always make the environment uncomfortable until you level up. That's the goal. I care about you. I want to see you level up so we can really have fun. We can travel together. We can do these things, right? And I'm a generous guy, you know. If you level up, you start being able to take care of your basic needs, then yeah, I got your back. Flight on me, hotel on me, travel on me. We good. We gonna have fun. But I need you to be able to feed yourself. I need you to be able to show up and, you know, be there, be present, right? But if you can't put in the work, there is no vacation for you because you're not working, right? And I don't reward poor behavior.
Nah, secure the bag with 1017 Scoochie. Yeah, Puerto Rico, East Atlanta, well, Miami. My money machine go beep, I love the sound that it make. Plus all the racks I'm count, I think that my machine about to break. Secure the bag, yeah, that's the brand, and we get to the bag. These private flights, Miami nice, these Gucci bags full of cash. So when Tay Sweat from Puerto Rico, we go hard for the cheese. It's all legit, we making grip, they think I'm still selling keys. I just Cartier my eyes, cost 5 G's just...
What's going on, family? It's your man Tay Sweat here once again. It's another episode of the Ask Tay podcast. All right. Now, I want to do anything I can do to help you better yourself, right? To help you level up, get to the next level. And that's exactly why I started this. And really, it's because my Discord members asked me to do it. So I was like, hey, you missed the podcast. We'll start it back up. All right. And so with that being said, I'm going to be answering your questions that you may have. So as they come in, I'll answer them. Some of y'all are sending me, little texts. Some of y'all are sending me full out videos. And if I get your permission to, put it on, I'll even put the videos up of your question. All right. With that being said, of course, I got to show love to my members. All right. And what I'm probably going to try to do is start actually getting screenshots from you all. So send me your screenshots if you want to be featured. For those of you all who are making money from the market, we've been killing the market, by the way. Here recently, for those of you who don't know, before we get started, I've personally been in essentially a challenge or a competition, a trading competition. It's a global competition. It's called the Robbins Cup. Currently, I am in 3rd or 4th place because it changes every day based on the account, how your account moves. So if the account goes up, it changes, right? So, and then of course it goes down. You go down in rank depending on where you are. So I am in the top 5 in the world. So that's something I'm super excited about, super happy about that because, I put in the work for it. So, I celebrate my wins. And this is a big one for me because this is a global competition. So when I say top 5, it's top 5 in the world, right? So shout out to me, man. I'm not going to lie. Shout out to me. Well, also someone else who's been doing really well, who I'm very, very, very proud of inside of the Discord group is Trail. Shout out to Trail. He's one of my probably most studious people in the Discord group. So Trail, keep doing your thing, and shout out to you as you make more money. I think your little small account, because we have a small account challenge going on right now. Your little small account that you started out with it's growing, right? And so you started out with like $1,000, and I think you're now at I want to say last time you sent me a screenshot, it was 14,000, I believe, something like that. So great job. It's only been, December, January, February, March, April. So it's been 5 months. We're in April. So congratulations to all my people. That deserves all right. So we're going to keep this thing rolling. We're going to keep doing our lives inside that Discord. That's where we make our money. And here is where we just have open conversation and talk about how to improve in certain things in, life, relationship, health, whatever you may, have. If I can help you, I'm going to do my best to help you. If I can't, maybe I even bring in someone who is a, professional in that space that we are looking to get help in. So with that being said, let's dive into today's topic. The question comes from Jonathan. How do you handle your relationships that change as you elevate, right? This is a great question because I feel like a lot of the relationships I have with people, family, friends, etc., they've changed drastically as I leveled up, right? And so something that I'd like to go over with you all, kind of like, share my experiences with, and even share some of my solutions. Like, this is what happened to me and this is how I fixed it, or how I lived, or, kind of made it through it, struggled through it, whatever it may be. And so with this one, more especially, it definitely hit me hard, because you think people love you for who you are, right? Ooh, I know this is tough. I know this is tough for a lot of people. You think people love you for who you are, and no matter where you go or what you do, you think they're going to just have your back and love you because of who you actually are to them. Whether you're a friend to them, whether you are a sister, a brother, a mother, a father, a daughter, a son, whatever it may be, uncle, aunt, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever you are, you think that you'll always just be that to them, right? And it's not necessarily the case, not from my experience. Let me say that, right? So from my experience, it's not necessarily the case. And the reason why I say that is because what I've noticed is that, yes, people start to look at you, as you get more success, especially financial success, people start to look at you almost like a commodity. I know that sounds bad. They look at something, a kind of layman's term of a commodity. It's something that you can use, right? Something you can use. So, corn, wheat, water. These are commodities, gold, silver, right? These are things that you can use that may have value to them, right? And so what we tend to see, or what I tend to see personally, right? I like to speak on a personal basis. What I tend to see personally, man, is that as you make more money, as you get to certain levels, as you expand your horizons and your talents and your network, people start to look at you different, right? And so something that I've personally experienced is that I'm not gonna say nobody, but not many people from my past, including family, like my closest family members, they don't call me just to hang out and say, hey, did you see the game? Or did you, what's that thing that you did last night or yesterday or whatever. We used to have just little crazy stuff. Like, you remember back in the day we did that, right? Just simple conversation, right? Things that a human loves to do, right? And some of you all are kind of experiencing this now. This is why I'm making this podcast, for my people who go through stuff like this, right? And I want to give solutions for it. So we don't get these calls anymore about just, random stuff, like, funny stuff that you can just laugh about. At this point, we're getting calls about, sad stories, right? And something I tell my family, because a lot of times I will kind of displace myself. I'll remove myself from the situation. And what I mean by that is, if I notice that every time we have a conversation, that every time we're talking, that every time I'm around, that I get looked at like Mr. Fix-It, right? Because that was a very big role that I played in the family that I come from, right? And the friends that I come from. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And when you get in this role of every time I see you, I'm coming to family just for like laughs and love and happiness and good vibes, right? That's what family should be, right? You can correct me if I'm wrong, but family should be good vibes, good energy, love, the place you come to recharge, right? From, and when I say recharge, we're recharging from the world, the external world, because it's a hard world, it's a brutal world out there, right? So the external world, it drains your battery, and you come home and you recharge with your friends, your family members. That's how this thing should be, right? Well, what was happening to me in my particular case, and I'm sure a lot of you all are going through this as well, which is why I wanted to talk about this subject or this topic. Every time I got around, it was, well, this person just got locked up and they're going to need a little help. And this person can't get this together. And she's pregnant now and she just can't keep her legs closed. And you do know, by the way, that John over here, John got shot yesterday, right? And so now you go into these rooms, you go into this energy, and everybody got bad vibes. Everybody has it's literally a bad vibe, right? That's the best way to explain it. And it drains you, right? Now, these same people, watch this. Now, these same people, they desire you. They reach out to you, and you'll hear certain things, and you have to listen to what family is saying, because what they're saying. So when I say listen, I'm not telling you to actually verbally hear them. I'm saying listen to what they're saying, right? Because it's a way to transcribe what they're actually verbally saying. And so when I hear family say, hey man, right now it's not even about the money. I just need you. I need you. What I hear there is, I need you so I can dump my shit on you. I got a bunch of bad vibes. I got a bunch of bad energy. I've done things to put myself in bad situations. And so I just need to dump this shit on you because I know you'll listen. And once I get it off my chest, that's better. I love you. I love you because you just take all of my shit and you make me feel better because now I don't have to deal with it anymore. It's yours to deal with now. This is a real thing that happens. It's a real thing that happens. And it happens frequently if you let it, right? And so for me, I'm going to give you, for me personally, my personal fix-it situations or fix-it solutions as we go through this, right? And so for this solution or for this particular situation, if I notice that every time we get together, you dump some bad vibes on me or you put all of your shit on me, and then you like, I feel much better now. I just needed to talk. I won't talk to you. Keep that shit over there, right? And so I'm not telling you not to talk to family. Honestly, everything that I'm going to even give as a solution is the solution I use for myself or what I've seen as a solution for others, right? And so if you want to take these solutions, then great. But yeah, I have a standard to be even in my space, to even get my ear, to get my attention. I have a standard. And so my standard basically says you need to bring good, positive vibes and contribute them, right? Positive vibes, good energy, positive outlooks on life, right? If you are not in this realm of those few things, and a lot of times I really don't want to talk to you, right? Especially, and let me say it this way. Yes, we're going to have bad days. We're going to have bad days. We're going to have days that like, man, it's just not a good day or it's not a good week, whatever it may be. And you need an ear. At that point, that's one thing, right? That's I understand that. And so if your norm, you have to look at people's norm. Every time we talk, what's your normal? If every time we get on the phone, it's not good. I need some money. Why does life have to be so hard? Woe is me, right? Woe is me. If that happens to you and that's your norm, right? If that's a norm, then you know that's the one you might want to kind of like, hey, love you, but you stay over there until you figure that shit out. Right? Figure it out. You're grown. Because what family, especially friends, may do it, but what family's going to try to do to y'all, right? And I'm just, once again, I'm not a family psychologist or anything. It's just what I do personally, and this is personal experience and how I handle it, right? And so what you're going to notice and what you're going to get a lot of times is as family does this to you, they're going to also look for you to, as they're looking for solutions, let's just say it that way. They're looking for solutions. They're going to keep bringing you problems the more you fix their, the more solutions you create for their problems, they'll keep bringing you more problems. And so for me personally, I got enough problems on my hands personally, just as a man who has to take care of my family, like my immediate family. I think as men, we all grow up to then create a subsector of a family. So a man grows up, gets a wife. Wife and man have kids, right? That's his new nuclear family, right? And so you have to worry about that first. And then everybody on the outside of that nuclear family is extended family as far as I'm concerned, right? Yes, brother, sister, cousins, mama, daddy, right? Yes, y'all, those are still family, but you still have to focus on the nucleus, right? You have to focus on the family inside of the house, right? And so there's a hierarchy of things. But what happens, unfortunately, what I've noticed, is the family will not Most people don't look at it that way. Most people look at it the opposite way. Hey, I've been here first. I come first, right? And I've heard things like, I hear like grown ass men. This is unfortunate, but I hear grown ass men talk about, you're my mother. I know I'm 30, 40, 50, but I might need a place to stay. And because you are my mother, you need to take care of me. Grown ass babies, right? This is what's happening across the board. And I know I'm mentioning this because I know somebody here right now listening has that. And so once again, you have to focus on the nuclear family and run out, let them do the thing. So if I can't help you on the outside, then you got to realize that I got a nuclear family I have to take care of. And right. So once again, that's kind of how I, apply things to that situation. A lot of times I'll also so we talked about the bad vibes, right? That's one thing. Bad vibes, trying to pawn their feelings on you, trying to do certain things like that. I get it. Trust me, it happens, right? Now, the other thing that I've seen is maybe they don't have the bad vibes. They'll spare you the sob story, because I get that too. Hey, I'm gonna spare you the sob story. I just need some money. Okay, that's bold. Cool. So you just need some money, right? All right. Now, me personally, because I do have a surplus of money because I'm responsible, right? I'm responsible. I have a surplus of money. And I work hard, for it. I study hard, I work hard. Now, with this surplus of money, what I do is I set aside almost like a fund that says, hey, when this fund runs low, right? This is my, oh, you poor thing fund. All right. That's what we'll call that. Oh, you poor thing fund. I have one of those funds, right? And when that fund, so I replenish the fund every year, right? And when that fund runs low, there's no more, oh, you poor thing. It just literally, that's all I can give you at that point is oh, you poor thing. It'll work out. Just keep praying, right? Just keep praying. This is something that I've done, right? And this is, once again, this is personal. This is what I do personally. And so what I want you all to look at is, look at the people who are continuously asking you for money, right? I know you're going to get it. A lot of y'all are getting it. Now, the thing that you need to decipher, though, the thing that you need to see if it's going on or not, is you need to see if this is a reoccurring thing. Like, are you just the monthly food stamp person? Like, literally, you just the monthly. Also, I'm just paying your monthly bills at this point, right? I'm just taking care of you. Are you just taking care of a person, right? Or is this every now and then I just run up on bad times, right? I need a little pick me up. And when I say every now and then, right? Here's the thing. Anything that becomes repetitive, I don't care if it's once a year. I don't care if it's once a month, once a quarter, even if it's every 5 years, right? Whatever the repetitive action is of needing money from somebody, there's not a solution that you can provide for that person other than them fixing the hole that they have in their head. Right? They have a hole in their head, whether it's they're bad with money because every time they get it, they spend it on some stupid stuff, or they don't have just a stable source of income, right? They don't have a skill. They're not willing to go get a job. I've had people tell me that they're just too good to go work for somebody. So they're like, no, I'm too good to work for someone. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kick the can down the road. And so I'll make a little money. I'll lose a little bit of money. I'll make a little bit more money. I'll lose a little bit more money. And you just be there to pick me up when I fall, right? This is what I get from some people. And in this case, once again, I have to kind of shut it down because now it's getting to a point where it's like, no, I'm not going to work. I've had people literally, watch this. I've had people tell me that they're too good to work for somebody else, right? Now, this is an interesting take. That's what my son does. This is an interesting take because these are usually, when I hear people say that, I'm too good to work for someone else, these are usually people who are damn near homeless. These are people who don't have anything. And they're like, but I'm still too good, right? Now, I'm not even messed up with that. Maybe you have high standards for yourself. Cool. You got high standards for yourself. That's one thing, right? What bothers me me the most. And I've talked about this with some of my STB folks, which is why, I think that's where this statement or this question actually came from, right? How relationships change as you elevate. Well, I've had people watch me work a job, build a talent or a skill, apply that skill, level up and keep leveling up. Save, invest, save, invest, save, invest, save, invest, and keep working on that same skill as I work for someone else, right? And so to hear someone, watch this, to hear someone ask me for money, and then I provide not just money, but I provide a solution on how you can never need money from me again. Hey, you go get the money. Here's how, right? You never need it from me again. And the response from that person is, I'm too good to work for somebody. What that is a kick in the nuts. And the reason why I say that is because what that person, they don't realize this, but what that person is actually saying to me is, hey, I know you did that. Cool. That's you. You went out, you worked for somebody else. You went out, you saved your money. You went out, you drove a piece of crap car, right? That's cool for you, but I'm too good for that. That's how I interpret it. And so it's funny because these same people, and I'm saying this because you all are going through some of this same stuff, right? Same stuff. Now, what you have to look at is, this is crazy because when they ask you for money, they're asking you for money, saying they're too good to do what you did to get the money, but asking you for the money. So it's like, wait, you're better than me, but you're asking me for money, right? This is what happens. What do you do to shut this down in your life? What do I personally do to shut this down in the life, right? Now, depending on what kind of family member it is, and this is just me personally, but depending on what kind of family member this is, I will do my best to make sure that they at least have the basic needs, right? It won't be anything flashy. It'll be just basic needs, basic needs. Okay. When I say basic needs, I mean, hey, you got somewhere to stay? Yep. Okay. So you got a roof over your head. Now it might be one of those like $300 a month roommate, go stay with this roommate over here. They want $300 a month for this room. There you go. $300 a month. Here's another couple $100 for food. Make it stretch. Rice and beans. You good, right? The reason why I do it this way is because I want to make sure that you leaning on me, right, does not become a, life's good, right? I don't want to make life good for you. That's right. So one of my things in the way that I kind of, go against the grain and make things, kind of work for me is I want to make your life not a living hell, right? But I want to make it uncomfortable so that you don't want to stay there, right? I want to make your life as uncomfortable as possible while still taking care of the basic needs so that you don't want to just lay there. Because what happens is somebody's doing this right now. Most of y'all do this. You got a family member right now that leans on you and you probably don't even have it to give to them, but they lean on you and they ask you for stuff, right? And while you are giving them the money, they also get to hang out with you and y'all are enjoying things like nothing's wrong, right? And what that does psychologically, from what I've seen, right? What that does psychologically is that allows a person to just kind of, they go, you know what? Things are not as bad as, they seem. I got a roof over my head. I'm eating. I'm enjoying family time. Like, life is actually pretty good. So there's no motivation to go out and do anything, right? There's no motivation to get off your ass. There's no motivation to go do the hard things in life where maybe you do have to go work for somebody, right? Okay, I'd rather work. I need it to become where it's like, I'd rather go work for somebody than to still be in this situation. But if you make the situation so good that it's like, this ain't that bad after all. Once again, roof over my head, yada, yada, yada. If you make it in that sense or in that way, they will stay there and they will keep hand out. And what will happen is you will create an enemy, right? You'll create an enemy. And the reason why I say this is because people, as you start giving people money, and I think this is a psychological thing, period. I don't care what person this is. If you give people money, and then cut it off, like, okay, that's it. Overstayed your welcome. Overstayed your welcome, motherfucker. Is it. Right? When you cut it off, they instantly go dark. And it's like, oh, so you gonna do me like that? And it's like, they won't, rarely do they look back and go, well, you know what? You really did help me out a lot, man. This has been a great run. Like, I appreciate it, man. We've been living great. Life has been great. It's been a great run. Thanks for that. Rarely do I ever see anybody go to that. It's usually, what you mean ain't no more money coming? What you mean? Right? And it gets a little dark. And so once again, something that I do is I make sure the bare necessities are taken care of, but you can't come hang out with me, right? You can't come to my house. You can't hang out. We can't have fun. You don't get to fly with me. You don't get to go on vacations. No, because you haven't earned the fun shit. like hanging out is for fun, right? You know, on what was that movie? Coffee is for closers, right? When you go to the coffee machine, no, you haven't closed any sales. No deals have been closed, so you don't get coffee, damn it. You take your ass back to the desk. You get on the phone. You make some cold calls and you close some sales, right? Well, it's the same thing in life. I'm not going to take care of you, right? And this is, once again, a solution that I use. I'm going to take care of you and then also give you like the fun shit so you get comfortable in your lazy world, right? I'm gonna be nice about it. But I'm not gonna make your lazy world comfortable. Where it's like, man, I ain't been working, but I actually enjoy it, right? And the reason why I say this is because I'll say this and we'll close out. What I've noticed is when people tend to find comfort, they then tend to settle into that comfortable space, right? So my goal is to always make the environment uncomfortable until you level up. That's the goal. Because I care, right? I care about you. I want to see you level up so we can really have fun. We can travel together. We can do these things, right? And I'm a generous guy, you know. If you level up, you start being able to take care of your basic needs legally, right? Then yeah, I got your back. Flight on me, hotel on me, travel on me. We good. We gonna have fun. But I need you to be able to feed yourself. I need you to be able to show up and, you know, be there, be present, right? But if you can't put in the work, there is no vacation for you because you're not working, right? And I don't reward poor behavior, right? And so this is something that I wanted to share with you all. If you have some friends, family, whatever, who's handing out, number one, give them what I do. Give them the basic necessities, but there's no hangout time. Hey, here's some food. That's it, right? And if they just keep needing food, okay, cool. Here, and tell them up front, here's a yearly balance that I have for you right here. This is all I got for the year, or you can even do the month. Here's all I got left for you. And you can set whatever you're comfortable with. And I'll tell them, hey, you got 10K this year, right? Once you run through that, you eat through that. That's it. I have no more. That's it. Everything else is, scheduled to something else, right? And so that's kind of how I do things. All right. Number two, give them solutions, right? Give them solutions so that they can go out and fight for themselves and earn their own, right? And that'll tell you everything you need to know, because as you offer these solutions, if they keep kicking the solutions back, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. I want that. You got your answer. They're basically saying, no, just fucking take care of me. That's what they're saying. You got it. You've earned it. You've done the work. Why do I need to go do the work too? You've done the work. Now just throw me some of the benefits from that. That's what they're saying. They may not say it like that, but that's exactly what they're saying with their actions. So when I get people who show me that, you really don't get to come around. All right. And so I would advise, keeping those people out of your space, because those people can get dangerous. They can get dangerous. So for me personally, I just do my best to help to solve the overall problem versus just putting a patch on it, kicking the can down the road. All right. So with that being said, this has been another great podcast. I'm glad to be back. I'm not going to lie to y'all, man. I'm glad to be back. I'm feeling good about this because I know it's going to help a lot of people, right? I know it's going to help a lot of people. And so shout out to all of my people who are doing their best, right, to make it through these family, crises, or these even economic, crisis. Keep up the good work. Keep doing your thing. And remember, we got a saying, hey, Big Hedge, what are you doing to hedge in life, man? And so as we end that on that hedge, or end this note talking about hedging, the way I hedge, once again, is I make sure you're taken care of, and I make sure family's good. And the way I hedge against family not being that good is I just go find day twos. Okay. So I'm going to leave you with this. You got day ones. Okay. You got day one people, friends, family. These are your day ones, right? This is who know you. They know you before the success. They know you before you leveled up and got family and or got your own kids and wife, whatever, husband, whatever you got. Those are your day ones, right? They are going to do their best to keep you at day one. Man, you remember how we used to do this? Remember how we used to do that? Then you have your day twos, right? Your day twos are the people who actually think like you. Their morals, their values, their ethics are very similar to yours, right? They feel more like family because it's like, man, you get it. If I give you something, or if I do something for you, you do something right back for me. Man, I love it. It's such a great, the reciprocity is there. Right? I love it. Those are your day twos. That's how I hedge. I hedge my day ones with day twos. All right. Shout out to my day twos out there. Right. That's how I do the Hey Big Hedge. Okay. And so as we continue this, when we talk about certain things, when we talk about certain topics, I'm going to give you solutions that I would suggest and that I maybe even apply in my life. And then I'm going to show you how I hedge, because that's what we do in stock market, right? We hedge. If we're long, if we're going long on something, we say, hey, I think it's going to go up and make money. But just in case, I got something on the other side that I can benefit from as well. It's called hedging for anybody who's new. And what we say once again is, hey, Big Hedge. All right. So with that being said, this has been another great podcast. I love you all. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.
I got Hitman on the beat. Nah. School out. Secure the bag with 1017 Scoochie. Yeah. Puerto Rico to East Atlanta. Yeah. Well, Miami. My money machine go beep, I love the sound that it make. Plus all the racks I'm count, I think that my machine about to break. Secure the bag, yeah, that's the brand, and we get to the bag. These private flights, Miami nice, these Gucci bags full of cash. So when Tay Sweat from Puerto Rico, we go hard for the cheese. It's all legit, we making grip, they think I'm still selling keys. I just Cartier my eyes, cost 5 G's just...